Hi there. When you're creating a card, you want to make sure that you have a focal point that stands out on your card, whether it's a sentiment or an image. And I'm going to show you how to create one that's opaque and beautiful using white ink and white embossing powder. You can see on this card here how the sentiment here just pops right off of the card. It's all you can see. And it's really easy to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a piece of craft cardstock, and I'm going to start with the stamped image. And I'm going to use white ink. By using white ink and white embossing powder, it just gets this intense color and just really pops off your card, and I just love it. So you can see that my image is fully inked, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp it. I'm just going to apply gentle, even pressure. I want to make sure that I'm not rocking my stamp. And then I'm going to take my white embossing powder, and I'm going to gently sprinkle it over the top of my image. And I'm just going to add some here, and then I'm going to tap it down the card, and I'm just going to gently tap off the excess. Now, if you had a little bit of extra embossing powder that landed in a place you didn't want it, what you could do is you could take a paintbrush and gently brush that away before you heat it, because once you heat it, it will be there permanently. I'm going to set this aside, but I'm going to make sure that I get it back into my jar of embossing powder to save on that embossing powder. I'm going to take my heat tool, and I'm going to apply heat to this image, and I'm going to apply it until it goes from flat to shiny. And you can see that in just a second. And make sure that you're moving your heat tool around so that you don't stay in one place too long. And now I have this great bold focal point that I can use on a project. I love the way that pops. Another thing that you can do is you could also do this on vellum. And here's a look at a white stamped, white heat embossed sentiment on vellum. I can imagine this on black cardstock, how amazing that would look. There's also one more thing you can do. I want to show you this card. Look at this piece here. These are stunning, and what these are is these are stamped images on vellum that have been cut out. Beautiful pop here. So I'm going to take my piece of vellum, and this time I'm going to use a clear stamp. So I'm going to take it out of its packaging, and I'm going to peel it off, and then I'm going to stick it to my acrylic block, and I'm going to do that so that the flat side is down and the raised edges are up. So I'm ready to apply my ink. So again, I'm going to use my white ink. I can see that it's evenly applied, and I'm going to gently press down, and I like to lean over and line my image up, so I'm gently going to press that down. And again, I don't want to rock my block, I just want to put nice even pressure. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to add my white embossing powder. I'm going to just again gently sprinkle it right over the image. I'm going to gently slide it down and tap the excess off. And I'm going to apply my heat tool. Now when you're embossing vellum, heat embossing vellum, you need to make sure that you keep moving your tool around. So I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to make sure that I keep moving it. Now we have a heat embossed piece of vellum. So the next time you're looking to make a focal point and a statement on your card, think about heat embossing with white powder and stamping with white ink. Have fun creating.